The most thrilling, spine-tingling series ever.
From the pages of R.L. Stine's best-selling books,
And the screams go on forever and ever.
We now return to Goosebumps.
Greetings, Goosebumps fans, young and old, big and small, living dead and undead. Welcome back to the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Isaiah Vargas, and I'm joined by my good buddies Bjorn Palaniuk and Nick Shaw. We are the Goosebumps Crew, and we're back to, as always, talk some Goosebumps. If this is your first time joining us here on the Goosebumps Crew Podcast, I want to sincerely welcome you all. If you are or have ever been a fan of the popular Goosebumps series of books or the monster franchise that they spawned, I have a feeling this podcast is going to be right up your alley. Because as I always say, me, Bjorn, and Nick are some of the biggest Goosebumps fans on the entire planet. We can talk about Goosebumps for hours on end. And that is exactly what we do here on this podcast. Every week we have a brand new episode talking about everything Goosebumps from, and some other things that are non-Goosebumps. Every week we have a brand new episode talking about everything Goosebumps, from the books, TV shows, movies, video games, merchandise, whatever it is. If it has Goosebumps in the name, we're going to talk about it for hours and hours and hours on end. You're going to be sick of hearing us talk about Goosebumps. So with all that said, if you end up liking today's episode, make sure you have a like and comment. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the Goosebumps Crew YouTube channel and hit the bell notification to get updates when new episodes go up every Wednesday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you're just dying to get those new episodes, though, you can catch them over on our audio platforms. We're available over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio, among other places you can find podcasts. We're available. You can catch new episodes over there every Tuesday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, so you get them a day early on the audio versions. And of course, you can follow the Goosebumps Crew on social media. We're available on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. You can also follow Bjorn and Nick at Goosebumps Aussie Fan and Shawn, respectively. All those links are in the description below, so check them out. Join the Goosebumps Crew today and become a crew member, and we thank you in advance for your support. So it is officially 2025. We're in a brand new year of Goosebumps, a brand new year of Goosebumps Crew. And, at the start of every year, at the start of every year, you do two things. You look back on the previous year and you look forward in the new year. And looking forward is what we're going to be talking about today, specifically looking forward in terms of Goosebumps. Now, for any of you guys who grew up with the books back in the 90s, you'll remember that at the end of every Goosebumps book, there was always a few pages that advertised what was next from the franchise. This was upcoming books that were coming later in the year. These were other contests, fan clubs, and just a bunch of other little trinkets and whatnot. It was always just a great part of Goosebumps is when you finish a book and then you just get to turn and see all the awesome stuff that was coming up next. And as Bjorn's showing off, he's got a
shit. We need to mail that guy.
Someone wrote in it, but they didn't mail it.
I hope we didn't just dox someone.
It just showed some random person's yeah.
But that's exactly what we're going to focus on today, is the little back of the book or in-book advertisements that were in the original Goosebumps books. And there's a lot of them for many, many different things. So we're going to go through as many as we possibly can and give our thoughts on them. This was, as Bjorn said, this was in the back of Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. This was the What Gives You Goosebumps contest. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the very first back of the book contest in the Goosebumps series. Basically, as it says here, in 25 words or less, tell R.L. Stine what gives you goosebumps, the scariest, grossest, creepiest thing you can imagine. And if you win, your answer will appear in an exciting new Goosebumps book with before and after pictures of you. Our special effects experts will monsterize your photograph, showing you as you are and as you might be after reading it.
I've seen those.
There were
Pictures
about
were epic.
Yep, they were, and we're gonna take a look at them. But yep, you had to mail in this little postage right down here with a photo of yourself, and then there were, I believe, 5 people who got featured in the back of a Goosebumps book. So here's the first of them, and it says, "We ask Goosebumps fans everywhere to tell us what gives you goosebumps. This month's winner was Sam Walling, age 10, Kingwood, Texas. Having cold as death hands run down my back, and when I turn around, it is a green, 5-eyed monster, my sister."
Oh, that's mean. He's mean. He's worse than the Hawk 2 girl.
Shut up. And of course, we have a before and after picture of little Sam here. I really like this. It's basically like old school Photoshop in a way. You can see sort of like the face is distorted a little bit.
You were in the back of a Goosebump book forever like that. Like
That was really
that was
cool.
that was me.
The next one
would
we
be
got
actually
the
pretty
next
cool.
month.
Immortalized in a Goosebumps book forever.
This one was Malia Spencer, age 10, Santa Ana, California. Blood-sucking vampires that just moved in next door and have a refrigerator filled with big, huge jars of blood down in the basement. And then, of course, little Malia got
Basement.
transformed into a vampire. Very fitting. Next
Looking
up,
more like a werewolf.
Holy moly, that one looks terrifying. Look at him.
Ryan
This
Rogers.
one looks like straight up porn star vampire. What is happening here? That is
Ryan Rogers, age 12, North Little Rock, Arkansas. I've always been afraid of frogs. They scare me more than anything. They give me goosebumps. When I see one, I just want to croak. Aw. I see what you did there.
From like, I want to know exactly what book this was in the back of. This one.
I don't know. This looks like
Vampire Breath, surely.
vampire breath. I mean, yeah.
May 1995. This would have been like in the middle of the series, probably around like books 30 or so.
And these would have to be first print books too. Like, I highly doubt when they reprinted these that
These
they had
were
these.
these are in first printings. You'll find a lot of the sort of contest stuff in the first printings or at least early printings.
I remember this
we
one.
got Sarah Rozemski, age 14, Trenton, New Jersey. I get goosebumps when I look in the mirror at night. I'm always afraid a ghost or someone else will be looking back. That is kind of scary.
Bloody Mary.
He's an older Goosebump fan, 14.
I
Like,
know. That's wow, 14 years old. Would have been
Yeah.
like I don't know, probably like middle school, I would think.
Well, how old
What year was this one?
chick now? If
95?
This book was when
I think this was in 1995. It says
Dude,
new
I was
winners
10.
are announced each month in the back of a Goosebumps book through May 1995. So this was the first
Okay.
5 months of that
you're
year.
like 43 now. 44.
That's not 43. And then the last one, I think
Yeah, I remember.
Right in my wheelhouse.
we have
Holy
Kelly Siring, I think, age 7, Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Crickets, big giant crickets, big giant noisy crickets, crickets under my pillow, bigger ones under my bed, giant crickets that eat people. I get goosebumps.
That's
Honestly,
scary.
they should do a Goosebumps book about that instead of go eat
I can't
worms.
tell if the left one or the right one's more scary though.
Yeah, she does
Oh,
look
the
pretty
right one.
evil in her normal picture.
Yeah, she does.
I think it's just because she's missing her teeth. At least it looks like it.
They gave her teeth on the
So
right. They like added some teeth in. They're like, here you
Yeah, they did.
go.
Oh, we got one more.
Well,
So
this
we
is-
have
I remember this
Matthew
one.
Claus,
Yeah.
age 9, Seattle, Washington. What gives me goosebumps is if instead of you taking the flavor out of the gum will take the flavor out of you.
No,
It was all right.
kind of like the Goblin from. This actually looks like
Yeah.
the Oscar episode in the 2023 series.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That was foreshadowing.
Probably the same kid.
This is what they based the goblin off. They saw the back of the book and went, "Hey, we'll do that for the
When you
Haunted
said
Mask."
goblin, I thought you were going to say Green Goblin.
No, that's the goblin from the Haunted Mask episode in the new show. So that's why I reckon they because like obviously they always looked at the covers, but maybe this time they're like, let's look in the back pages and we'll get some inspiration.
Well, next up, we're taking a look.
I didn't think she took a Gollum mask from the novelty shop.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's a rare calendar, that one.
Yep, we're taking a look at Goosebumps calendars. This is for the Goosebumps calendar 1995. Celebrates spectacular events like Mummy's Day, April Ghouls Day, National Scream Month, and more with the Goosebumps 1995 calendar. Each month features full-color illustrations from your favorite Goosebumps book. Plus, you get 75 glow-in-the-dark stickers, a full-color glow-in-the-dark poster, fun facts about R.L. Stine, plus a photo. And then
it's the R.L. Stine photo.
This is back to the 90s, bro.
The calendars.
This one is
just live in the 90s.
The 96 calendar featured two Goosebumps pull-out pictures in 3D, a monsterized photo of R.L. Stine with more fun facts about your favorite Fright Master, and 75 all-new scary stickers.
That's where they all came from. These photos of R.L. Stine that you find all the time with the random scary face and the normal R.L. Stine, they're all from these calendars.
It's like the poster and stuff that you see out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just kind of the stock ones you probably get are probably from these calendars. Next up, we have the we skip ahead to 1998.
The rarest of the calendars.
Wall calendar, full color covers of your favorite Goosebumps books, as well as something new to scratch and sniff each month. Your wall will never be more horrifically decorated. And the 365 Scare Day 1998 calendar, test your daily scare how with cool Goosebumps trivia questions for every day of the year. Don't risk missing a day of spooky fun, but don't peek ahead. You'll never know what will happen.
They're actually my favorite ones, though. So, I wish they did a 99 calendar, because if they did, we would have got Series 2000 ones on the once each month would have been like a Series 2000 if we had a 99, which is so sad.
Didn't another country continue the calendar years, though?
Yes. Italy or Germany or one of them, they continued the calendars to 2001. And they had Series 2000. Literally, the front cover of one of them, I'm pretty sure, was Are You Terrified Yet? So that was interesting. And I would love to get those just to see the months. That'd be awesome.
Well, next up, we're moving on.
Talking to that Goosebumps chick about the that scratch and sniff calendar. And I think we asked her, how's that smell today? I don't think there was an answer to that. I think it's sealed. But
if it's still sealed, do you reckon it would still smell? Like if it was sealed?
No, like those
shrink wrap.
I don't know.
I mean, where's the smell gonna go? I mean, I would think so.
It's a 25-year-old.
It's all encased. You know what I mean?
I don't really know.
Well, this is a very iconic one.
Yep, this was we're moving on now to the Goosebumps fan clubs. We won't spend too much time on these because we want to talk more about
Goosebumps fan club
next week. But
I've spoiled next week. So look, see.
But the first advertisement for the, at the time, newly published Goosebumps fan club. This was in a very early book. I think this was like probably in Girl Cried Monster or Camp Nightmare or something like that. This was pretty early. It says, join the Goosebumps fan club. It's more fun than the Barrel of Mummies. Get a 1-year membership and all this great stuff, all for just $8.95 plus $2 postage and handling. You can't get all this great stuff anywhere else except in the Goosebumps fan club.
Monkeys in a barrel.
Clubs are
we got mummies in a
hundreds of dollars.
And then this is one that started appearing later in the series. This had a picture of what the fan club pack came in. It was a green coffin that said "Beware Goosebumps," the official fan club back. And
that's the most attainable one too, like the most common of all the fan clubs. If you want one, you'll most likely find this one. There's probably one online right now.
Although there's somebody just trying to sell the box, just the box for $200. I'm like, bro.
You're dreaming, buddy.
Bro.
You're dreaming,
No.
buddy. I'd pay that.
Nobody out there buy that. Like that.
The
dude
only one I'd
is
pay $200 for if I wanted just the box would be the Series 2001. If I had all the contents inside and I needed just the box, I would only pay that much for the Series 2001 because that one is like
I wouldn't even pay that much. You're paying for a small piece of cardboard.
Yeah, not for that one. Not for that one.
I would rather
cardboard represents. That's like telling people who buy sports cards or Pokemon cards that they're spending $200 or $300 on one card. Not worth it. It just really depends on the individual and the value. I mean, stuff is rare. Like that Series 2000 box, I would even pay $200 just for the box for that if I had the other contents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. This one is probably the one I remember the most.
That's common too. Those two, this one and the one before. These are the ones you find all the time.
This one I always remembered seeing in the back of the books, most definitely because of Curly, which I don't know if that technically is Curly. That's just the skeleton from the Say Cheese and Die poster.
Say Cheese and Die. Yeah.
But
that's
unbelievable, dudes. It's more exclusive, new Goosebumps stuff to collect. Get the inside scary scoop on the latest books, the TV show, video games, and everything Goosebumps. So this one came in a different box. It was almost like a rectangular box with a tombstone that says, "Here lies Goosebumps, the official Goosebumps fan club."
I love that one.
And then, moving on, we have the official Goosebumps fan club. This one, I believe, was from 1997.
It's the same one.
It's the same one as the
same one. That's just this one's just got it's this is what it actually looked like. So
well, it actually put a real photo of Curly on there for one, so props to them for that.
This is the real box. The other one was almost like the prototype of what it was going to be, and this was like the official.
Yeah,
that's the official image. So that's really cool.
And then moving on, we come to the one right there. Bjorn's got. This was the Goosebumps Fan Club 2000. Be the first on your block to join the all-new Goosebumps Fan Club 2000. Your favorite fan club just got better. Sign up today and get an all-new exclusive Goosebumps Series 2000 stuff for your locker, your room, or anywhere. All items will be mailed in a one-of-a-kind shipper that's so cool it's scary. This is really
$8.95.
Where you could probably find the original Goosebumps Fan Club stuff a little more common, albeit expensive. This one, not only is it going to probably be harder to find, you're going to be paying a lot more for it.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely
more
stuff. I mean, just the fact that there's Series 2000 merch in this fan club pack already makes it all the more rare.
It's like the box is amazing. That Cry of the Cat photo, it's just like, aesthetically, this is the coolest of the boxes, man. Like, it's small, but the image looks so cool. I love it. It looks like he's ripping, because it looks like he's actually ripping through the
he's ripping through.
Rip! Yeah, he's ripping through.
He's ripping through the box.
It is really cool.
And I think that's what they did there. I love it so much.
The design packaging for that one was far superior to the previous ones. I do like the coffin shape one, but its
this
design,
one, like,
other than that, was just pretty lackluster. But this one overall is really good.
Like, if you receive that in the mail, like, you're going to be like, I really want to open that.
I can only imagine getting that in the mail. I would have pooped myself. It would have been amazing.
You would have shit your pants.
Well, moving on, we're out of the fan club.
I would have baby TV'd all over that.
Now we're in Collectors Club. So this insert was not in the back of the book. This was in some of the later OG series books in the middle. This was for keep the thrills coming every month and get 8 Goosebumps gifts absolutely free. Join the new Goosebumps Collectors Club. So this came with a bunch of other stuff. So things like the bookends, the gallery arts, and just getting like free books with this Collectors Club. This was different from the fan club. But these inserts you would find in like Werewolf Skin and Haunted School and I Live in Your Basement in the middle. They were like really, really thick. You could feel them. So this was pretty interesting. Not as cool stuff as the fan clubs, in my opinion, because You're getting a lot more trinkets and stuff in the fan club. Here, it looks like you're just kind of getting a few things with some free books. But it was still pretty interesting.
That card is rare, though. That little 3D card of Curly and Slappy. That's actually, people sell that for a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but it's always weird. Expensive. Little card in the top right.
The membership card.
It's Slappy and Curly when you do this.
Is it like holographic? So it changes?
Yeah, it's a lenticular.
Lenticular card. Yeah.
I got one from my cousin, so I didn't even have to try and source one. But yeah, they're pretty expensive to find now.
Now this one I don't think I've ever seen. This is the same collector's club, the same items. It's just a different format, different style, but it's the very same thing.
I like the bookends though. I still haven't even bought the bookends. I don't know why. I see them all the time. They're very common.
They're everywhere.
I'd love to get them.
They're cool though.
This is the Goosebumps Collectors Club. This is in the UK prints of the original series. Still the same items, even the same books, but obviously in the UK. So
a little less things to get through.
Now we're moving on to some merchandise, and the first one we got, I'm sure Bjorn's got it all ready to go.
Oh yeah, he does.
So this is the Goosebumps backpack. Be cool when you go back to school.
Backpack.
So, this is the original mailer for that backpack from Scholastic. I have this still with the original. So if you open it, first thing I'm going to show you is it actually came with this, which is really cool. This is like an original little thing that they threw in there telling you what you can get. So there's books and stuff, and it even has like the little... So this is what came inside that backpack mailer. I figured, well, when you got to that one, I'm going to pull it out. And then one thing that you never see is that backpack still sealed.
Nice.
We see this on eBay all the time, this backpack, but like finding a sealed one.
I used to have that one.
That's sealed. So that's the backpack you got in the back of the book. But mine has never been taken out of the wrapper, and it's still in the original shipment box with the newsletter for the fan club. So figured a little bit of show and tell for that one.
Yeah. No, it's really cool to see that. I didn't even know it came with an insert with all the upcoming stuff in there. And I was actually just reading, too. It says to get your backpack, you have to send 4 proof of purchase, original series only, and a check. I'm wondering if you had to send like those little curly dollars at the bottom, if you can see those little. Yes. So you had to send 4 curly dollars with your order form to get the backpack. That's pretty funny. I have found books that were used that have the mail-in offer for the backpack missing, so it's like you would know who submitted in for that backpack back in the day.
It was peak Goosebumps time too. I think this was like 95, 96. So 95. So this was when kids were ordering Goosebumps stuff. So a lot of people must have ordered this bag because you see it commonly all the time, but you don't see it with the original mailer with the inserts and you don't find it sealed. Like who bought one and just never took it out of the mailer? Apparently they just left it in there. So it makes me wonder where that came from. I just ordered it on
teen or adult collector at the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we're moving on to this one for Goosebumps Games and Puzzles, all the thrills and chills you can imagine. This featured the Terror in the Graveyard board game, the Milton Bradley Goosebumps puzzles, the Shrieks and Spiders game, and the Goosebumps storytelling card game. So they were all Milton Bradley Parker Brothers products, board games, puzzles, and whatnot. I do have only 2 of those puzzles. There's still like, I don't know. I don't even know how many of them there are. There's like 6 or 7 of them. I think so. Actually, just of the covers, and then they made a whole bunch of other ones too.
They did 200-piece ones too, like larger ones as well. There's actually a lot more that aren't even just Tim Jacobus ones. There's a lot of 100-piece ones that are just the same rectangular shape, and they had like random ones. Like they had one that was like they were trick-or-treating. There was actually some of the rarer ones. There's one where it's like literally them going down a roller coaster at Horrorland. And then there's one where they're like, I think there's like snowboarding or something, and it's actually Beast from the East, which is snowboarding. So that was really interesting. They did some very different artwork ones for those, but the most iconic ones, of course, are always the Tim's art ones. I mean,
Yeah, I have a Ghost Beach and Say Cheese and Die Again, and then I have the one of them trick or treating that you were talking about. So I have
yeah.
two of them.
Where's your Night of the Living Demi 3 and your Ghost Camp and your Beast there's a Beast from the East one. But they did a lot of different ones in the UK. They had like Tales to Give You Goosebumps puzzles, which was interesting with like those covers.
Now we're moving on to the first print advertisement in the back of a Goosebumps book for the Goosebumps TV show. Monster-proof your living room. Watch Goosebumps on Fox TV this fall. It's the primetime TV premiere based on the classic Goosebumps number 11, The Haunted Mask. Plus,
Read the
look
bottom.
for the special TV edition of The Haunted Mask in your bookstores this September.
They were going to do a TV book for The Haunted Mask. They never did.
Or it was the one with the emboldened letters on there that came with the mask.
That's true.
Yeah.
Boom. It could be, it could have been the reprint with the mask, yeah.
This is TV edition. TV book.
It does say TV edition.
Who knows?
That's weird.
Maybe they were going to. And
see, that's the thing. Like, well, no, because we know for a fact, though, that was never on the table. Right? Because we talked to people and we've done the research on it. I mean, the only one that was supposed to come out that never got a release was The Blob that ate everyone. And supposedly there's one of those out there, too.
Maybe the Haunted Mask was originally going to be done. And because this is early, this is like this advertisement is promoting for later in the year. So it makes you think. Right. And it's in September as well, which was a month before the episode came out. So maybe there was going to be a tie-in book to the. And that was the original plan. Because remember, there's a lot of Goosebumps stuff that was like, oh yeah, this is coming, and it never did. So I don't know. Maybe they were going to.
Yeah. Like I said, it could have also just been that reprint version with the mask inside, but you never know. Maybe they did. But then we got the advertisement for the video. Now your favorite books are on video. Don't miss the first episode, The Haunted Mask, on video now. Includes special behind-the-scenes previews of upcoming Goosebumps episodes, only $14.98 or less each, and a free bookmark inside every video.
Behind-the-scenes preview.
And if you haven't already, go watch our previous episodes where we talked to the cast of The Haunted Mask.
Yeah,
so
you're welcome.
The behind-the-scenes preview must have
excellent.
been for Tower because it's the only one.
Yeah, there was only the one for Night in Terror Tower. I'm assuming maybe they were hoping they were going to do more than just one, but we didn't get any.
Yeah, there's another thing they said they were doing, but they didn't.
Yeah. Who knows?
Back to back.
Next up, we have a double here, the Terrorific video series based on your favorite books. Not the Haunted Mask, A Night in Terror Tower and Stay Out of the Basement, now on video. Free 3D sticker in every video, only $14.98 or less each.
That's a beautiful.
That's something I wish they continued in all the other VHSs because they quit doing those after, I think, these two right here.
No,
I don't recall the other ones having
I think Dead House
lenticulars.
Oh, the lenticulars, yeah. No, we didn't get any after Stay Out of the Basement.
Oh, lenticulars, but we just got a random little. What was it in Dead House again? It was just a little card.
Glow in the dark sticker for Dead House. That's what we got.
Yeah, this is a sticker. But see, the Haunted Mask was a bookmark, but it was a lenticular. But it says these were cards, but they were stickers. I never took mine off if they were stickers. I always took them as
they
cards,
are cards. The Terror Tower and Basement are cards. They're not stickers.
Yeah, and yet it does say like 3D sticker, which is weird. If they are stickers, I never took it off. Like I always took them as being cards. So,
but
anybody out there who's watching this, comment below. Like, did you take those off? Are they actually stickers? I'm actually curious now. Like,
well,
I assume they were cards. Even though
comment below if there are stickers inside of those videos. Let us know where we can find a picture of them because we'd like to see them. Right here we have.
I'll say mine are sealed. I'm not opening them up. So
the print for Welcome to Dead House. This is a very hard to see print right here because you can barely see the Dead House art on that video there.
Just to show how dark that episode was. They were like, we're gonna make it dark on the adverts too.
So dark you can't
Dark falls,
see it.
dark printing.
Thanks to you, Nick.
Dark
I have
everything.
a sealed Welcome to Deadhouse tape, and I'm still trying to find my sealed Australian copy. But for now, I'll take the sealed American one.
And then we have one for Night of the Living Dummy 3. Enter the
VHS.
The spine-tingling video series on VHS based on your favorite books.
VHS.
And then it
I
says,
have 37 copies.
enter the Goosebumps Sail with the Stars sweepstakes for a chance to win a cruise for 4 to Walt Disney World with R.L. Stine. Now, actually, funny enough,
Cool.
the actual commercial for that was in the end of Deadhouse, but they advertised it here with Night of the Living Dummy 3, which is odd. And then it
Like,
also
if-
I wonder
says,
who won this.
Could you imagine if some kid won it was like, is Slappy going too? No, well, I don't want to go. You're like,
R.L. Stine will be there. I don't care.
I want to see Slappy.
right down here it says, watch the new Ultimate Goosebumps Saturday morning on Fox Kids. So
Could
this
you
is
imagine the kid like, I want to see Slappy. I don't watch the CD.
is it Squidward? I want to see Slappy.
What's up?
Bob.
Why, I don't know. Did this switch over to Little Nicky going on this cruise with R.L.
It did sound like a little Mickey a little bit.
Slappy. I don't care about R.L. Stine.
And then we got this one I really like.
I want
This
to
is
wash
the
my wooden
Ultimate
winky in your
Goosebumps.
kitchen sinky.
We got Relive the Fright Night After Night. Goosebumps videos are the ultimate in scary fun. So we had Ultimate Goosebumps, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, One Day at Horrorland, and Bride of the Living Dummies / an old story. I still will never ever.
That's a rare advertisement, man. That would be the rarest of all.
now
That is a
available
rare
for
one.
$9.98 each. So these are actually
Seriously,
less expensive at the
I would
time.
freaking kill to get Bride of the Living Dummy sealed for $9.98 right now.
Well, these
Kill.
were less expensive than the ones that came beforehand. Like,
Just the package.
I think it's because they weren't in the clamshells and they didn't come with anything that I'm aware of.
I don't
Keep it
think so.
packaged. They cheaped out with
I think it was
Goosebumps.
just the VHS. They did cheap out.
Yeah.
The series. It's not
Funny
only
how they
did the
cheaped out.
series
Yeah,
cheap
those are the
out.
most expensive ones.
Yeah, it's like the series cheaped out itself, the budget, and they cheaped out on even the packaging. Like everything.
Oh,
Yet
well,
now
look at
those
here.
are the most expensive VHSs to find.
Well, look
Yeah.
at here.
I think I saw like a werewolf skin go for like $200+ sealed.
Oh,
I'm
they
like,
go
that's
for
insane.
super expensive now, especially for sealed.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
happy
don't
to
know
just
if
have
it's
it.
because they were the
Get
last.
sealed of like the first one, maybe because they were more printed. But you can
Yeah.
find like a Dead House sealed for like $50 or $60 probably. But
Mhm.
man, you get into these ultimate tapes though and try to find those sealed. Although One Day at Horrorland is pretty like everywhere.
I think
So really, I guess
Horrorland's the
that
most
one's probably
common
the
of these to
cheapest.
find.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like when I do my searches for Bride, I see Horrorland quite often. It's rare when I see a werewolf skin, and if I find Bride, it's always open. I
Well,
never
and if you
find a
take a
sealed
look
one.
at this advertisement here, is for the same videos. There's two things about these tapes here. The Horrorland in the middle, so the actual tape says Horrorland, One Day at Horrorland Parts 1 and 2. This tape, it just says One Day at Horrorland. And actually, right here, it says Bride of the Living Dummy, and it says just Bride of the Living Dummy on the sleeve. It doesn't mention Old Story.
Oh, that would have been so crap. It's like 20 minutes. They'd be like a 25-minute tape.
I just wish they put a different episode on there. That's all I
I
want.
always
Hey,
wondered what
don't
Old Story was on.
knock Old Story. It's hilarious.
Realistically, You know what they should have done for you guys in America? So, like, obviously, we got Night of the Living Dummy 2 and 3 on our tape. They should have put Night of the Living Dummy 2 with Bride, the two 20-minute episodes together, and then you would have had all three. I don't understand why.
Ultimate
They do that.
Slappy VHS.
It would have been like, yeah, they could have put 2 and Bride on there.
Is what should
Yeah,
happen.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm
Both
saying.
two
You could have
20-minute
even
episodes.
put
Yeah.
Bride first, so like it's your headlining, episode. But yeah, just keep it Slappy related at least.
Yeah,
But they're
Night of the
also
Living
going for season 3, so like I think they had to stay in season 3.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But but
I
us
could've put-
Goosebumps fans, we would have.
Oh, look here.
We got the ad for the Attack of the Mutant PC game. Play if you dare, mortal. Discover the masked mutant's evil plan to take over the world, and it's up to you to stop him. An army of evil henchmen and a hideout full of mazes and traps will keep you on the edge of your seat. Foil his plan and save the world if you can. Goosebumps, Attack the Mutant.
My God. And I recently saw a guy review the games, and he even said like how the Horrorland one was fun and everything, but he's like, the Attack of the Mutant game was like terrible. And I'm like, sorry, Zach Baby TV. It was terrible.
It was terrible. Here we have one that's not terrible. It's an ad for Escape from Horrorland one. It's here, Goosebumps, the CD-ROM game where you dodge mutants, weirdos, and creatures that drool, just like the hallways at school. Goosebumps, Escape from Horrorland, available at your local software store.
The most iconic Goosebumps game, hands down. Like
it's the one that had the most effort put into it. You had Steven Spielberg direct,
yeah, for sure.
DreamWorks, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that was great.
Attack the Mutant didn't have Jack. It had Adam West, but that was about it.
Sorry, Zach Baby TV, but that game sucked.
Now we're moving on to the Goosebumps postcard book. Need to send a creepy card? Boo, dudes, get ready for a collection of the coolest cards you've ever seen. I have 30 postcards in my all-new Goosebumps postcard book, and each one has a different Goosebumps cover on the front. Collect them, swap them, or send them to your favorite monster. Yours, Ghoulie, Curly.
I love that they've used the Stay Out of the Basement hand for that.
I do. I love whenever that hand makes an appearance.
Yeah, it just made sense. And then we got Curly's hand now.
Yep. I was gonna say, and then they swapped it out for Curly's boring hand.
That's a boring hand compared to the other one. I'm sorry, Curly. I love
you.
That's just like
Bony. Hey, Goosebumps fans, don't write this one off. Hey, dudes, more greetings from the world of Goosebumps. I've got a brand new collection of 30 totally terrifying cards in the Goosebumps Postcard Book 2, with a different scary Goosebumps cover on the front of each one. Collect them, swap them, or send them to your favorite monster. Yours, Ghoulie, Curly.
That postcard book is so freaking rare, too. Like, what the hell, man? Like, that one is just impossible to find compared to the first one. Like, I spent like over $100 to get that when I first bought it.
Yeah, you can find the first one pretty commonly, but the second one,
yeah.
I found so many of them in the wild of that first one. Like that's commonly found, and then postcard book 2, it's like you got to order it. And I remember when I ordered it, I like messaged the seller being like, "Now is every postcard in there?" Like they're like, "Yes."
It just shows up and like the entire inside is missing. It's just the front and back cover.
I would have killed someone. But that's another one that they did over in the, I think, Italy. Yeah, Piccolo, but they did one in Italy for the postcard book, and it has actually different postcards in it. Like, some are the same, but some are different. There's a lot more Tales to Give You ones in there, which was interesting. They chose a lot of them over in Italy for a lot of the posters and calendars and stuff.
Right here we have the ad for Came From Ohio, My Life as a Writer, the R.L. Stine autobiography. You asked for it. And then it says, there's a quote from the book. When I was 4, it was my job to let our dog Whitey out of the garage every morning. As soon as I stepped outside, I could hear him scratching at the door, barking and crying. He would leap up on me and knock me down to the driveway every morning. Down, Whitey, down, I begged, thugged. Whitey was a good dog, but I think he helped give me my scary view of life. What was your favorite author R.L. Stine like as a kid? How did he start writing books? Where does he get his scary ideas from? Find out all about R.L. Stine and his funny biography, written in his own voice, includes lots of never-before-seen photos and drawings from R.L. Stine's personal collection.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. And has a very iconic cover.
It does.
You know, it just has all the monsters all there.
And then we have another one.
There it is.
This was when they were advertising the paperback version. Basically the same ad, except it features the cover art. Very nice.
Only $3.99. Oh, for the paperback.
Yeah, for the paperback. This one is for the Goosebumps triple header. 3 monsters, 1 box, 3 stories, 1 book. And then it shows off, this is Lefty. He's cruising for scares or something worse. This is Slim. Don't think for a minute you can get away from him. This is Righty. But he's here to tell you that something is definitely wrong.
You know, it's a shame we never got Triple Header 3 because it's called Triple. I was
Yeah,
like,
could have had the triple book series.
Yeah.
Not meant to be. There was supposed to be one, but they got canceled.
The shame.
Then this was for the second one. Lefty, Righty, and Slim are back with 3 new stories that will scare you silly. The Revenge, The Mummy with My Face, and Ghoul School. Cool holographic cover.
Ooh, Ghoul School.
Here we have the Goosebumps Monster Blood Pack. More Monster Blood, that's what you asked for. I don't think anyone asked for that, but regardless. So now you can get a triple dose of your favorite slime in a totally cool Goosebumps pack. Includes copies of all the Monster Blood books, packaged in a special Goosebumps slipcase with your own personal container of the gross green stuff.
That shit's dried up, I'll tell you now.
I would love to know. Oh, yeah, it's dried up to shit. I would love to know who handled like all the sales data so we could actually see how many copies of Monster Blood sold compared to other books, why it garnered 3 sequels in the original 62, why it got a triple pack, why it like had so much merch. It sucked. I don't care who out there has that I love Monster Blood feel. Tim's covers were great. Don't get me wrong. The books themselves were terrible, in my opinion.
Monster Blood 2?
How did it get so much merch? And who wrote this? Who wrote that? That's what you asked for. I call bullshit.
I don't know. Asked for more of that.
They should have waited till 1997 because then they could have had all 4 Monster Bloods in a fucking pack, and they could have had blue slime.
I don't know.
Right? Yeah. Missed opportunity. I can't believe they didn't capitalize on.
Like, hey, you asked for it. Well, here's the Monster Blood 4-pack, which has all 4 books.
What's blue? Monster Blood.
Blue. It's blue, so that makes it good.
They didn't do that, actually, because Goosebumps was still popular in '97. Like, yeah, it dropped off a bit, but
it was starting to decline at that point, but it was still popular.
They could have done that.
It's 3 Screams in 1, Goosebumps Monster Edition, a special hardcover collection of 3 classic Goosebumps books. Welcome to Dead House, Stay Out of the Basement, and Say Cheese and Die. Open the book, and it screams. Featuring.
I love the Monster Editions, man.
Mm-hmm. They're so cool. Well, the first one, it has that screaming sound chip when you open the book. I haven't found a book of which that works anymore, unfortunately.
I have one. And
it
screams distortedly, though. It's like...
Yeah. So you open it, it's very distorted, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Or somebody ripped off the covering of it, or exposed all the insides of the sound chip.
I hate that.
They're like, I want to change the battery. You can't.
Yeah. It's dead.
You have to rip
it
off.
It's dead.
Well, that was
it. We're not gonna help you.
This one's like probably the most iconic one, I think, because it's just
I think so.
It's every dummy's dream. Slappy's eyes really light up. 3 books in 1. Surprise! An awesome cover with flashing lights. Get 3 of your all-time favorite stories, Night of the Living Dummy 1, 2, and 3, together in one hardcover book that lights up when you open it. Well, it doesn't when you open it. You have to press the button to light it up, but nonetheless. Goosebumps Monster Edition 2.
That's the only one that you will find maybe work when you find it. Like, that's the most common one that still works, because I have 3 that still light up. 3
it's
of
still
them.
Kind of iffy, though, because either it's faint light or the lights don't actually match up with the eyes, the eye holes. So they'll be like happens. Off to the right a little bit.
So I have found that. Yeah.
You know, one thing I would like to do at some point is I need to look at like every version of Slappy Tim did, because they all seem different. You know what I mean? Like the first one's so iconic, looks really good, but he does slight differences to Slappy every book.
That's what I'm saying.
To the point where like Slappy's Nightmare, like I don't personally like that look on the cover. Like I it's one of my least favorite Tim arts, if I had to say. But
Slappy went through slight design changes every single time Tim drew him. Like even if between like Living Dummy 1 and 2 and 3, there's like slight differences in like maybe the head shape or like the lankiness of his body and stuff like that. And then when you got
it was never consistently the same. I'm just now noticing that for some reason.
Well, and then when you got the Series 2000, he started drawing him always with the super like hanging mouth, which I always personally liked. I liked it whenever he has like the mouth just hanging open like that.
Yeah, I think
which he did. I think on every one, but it's just the one that got me with. Especially Slappy's Nightmare, like how elongated it was. It was like a funhouse mirror. Like it was just like too long of a face and mouth open. And I think that's what throws me off to it.
It's a hit and miss because it's like it's such an iconic one now for some reason, but also like it is different. But I love the cover of Bride. I think Slappy looks great on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one.
Nightmare Dummy 2.
1, 2, 3, and Bride. I guess I would say like Nightmare's probably my least favorite. It just, I don't know, something's off with it.
Well, then you also have like all the different arts he was doing for promotional stuff, like the live on stage and the
which was more looking like those Slappy's Nightmare version. Like it was a very elongated face and mouth.
On live, he did a little bit.
That was kind of consistent at that point, I guess.
I really like that Monster Edition one. I think that's a cool.
So right here we have
actually Boo Dude It's Curly just showed on his Instagram today. I don't know if you guys saw it. I mean, I've seen it before, but like he has an actual painting that Tim did for live on stage. Like it's painted. It's one he did for it. It's framed and it looks beautiful.
He said he's got the painting and he's like, if I ever sell it, he's like, I'm the first one to know. And I was like, you better, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a killer piece, and he's got like the program and all this other stuff to go with it. I mean, he's got a lot of really good stuff. But that specifically he posted today, ironically enough, and
he's slowly selling it though. I've noticed he's slowly selling things.
Yeah, he's slowly selling, but he's got a lot. So I mean, and he's got stuff he said he'd probably never sell in his life. But I understand. I mean, we all go through stuff where we swap out collections and change things up a bit, so it's not as stale. Except for Bjorn, who keeps everything and has got like a house dedicated to it. But that's the rare occurrence.
On VHS.
That's just the way
collectors
get. It's like sometimes you just gotta let certain things go. But anyway, moving on. We have the Goosebumps Fright Light Edition. It's lights out at camp, but don't you?
That's my favorite.
This one is the one with the 3 camp stories: Camp Nightmare, Camp Jelly Jam, and Ghost Camp. 3 stories and a booklight that came on the top.
My favorite of the 4. Now I will say this one like the other one, trying to find one with just a light in it is super hard around here in America.
My only copy has the light ripped off.
You got it.
And thanks to Bjorn, I have one, but like I couldn't for the life of me on eBay and stores, nowhere. I could not find one without the light out of it. Like it's just gone. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't want it without the light. No, that's what makes it special. Like it's a camp book story with the light. That's what you want.
That's so like you could easily just take out. Like people had to rip it out of the book.
You had to rip that bitch out.
Yeah,
there's
exactly. Maybe kids in Australia just decided not to rip them out. I don't know, because that's where I found them all. In
Here
America,
they're like monster.
Here in America, I guess they were just rough with them and ripped that crap out.
This design for the ads came with like 1997 and 8. This was for the 3rd Monster Edition, Ghost Next Door, Ghost Beach, Barking Ghost. Put 3 favorite ghostly Goosebumps books together, and you get one awesome hardcover book.
It was almost a perfect set until the Barking Ghost.
Comes with a totally weird wailing sound chip. It's the same one as the first book. It's the same.
What would we have replaced the Barking Ghost with?
Honestly, like even this Ghost Beach story isn't
Headless
that
Ghost?
Great. It's okay, but I mean, it is better than Barking Ghost.
Ghost? Did you say? I don't know.
I would have put Headless Ghost.
If I was replacing the Barking Ghost with another ghost story, was there another ghost story in the OG 62?
Yeah, Headless Ghost.
Up to this point.
I'm surprised.
Well, yeah, no, that was a good one. I do like that one.
Yeah, this was 1987.
Yeah.
Headless Ghost was out by this point. So
okay, I was gonna say I don't know. I'd have to look and see when this was out, but since it had number 32, it would have for sure been out by then.
Next up, we got
I don't know.
The
Booklight 2.
Book and Light 2.
No, there is no Book and Light 2. That was another thing that didn't happen.
I was gonna say
Oh, it says you love the first chilling Goosebumps book and light set. Now there's an all-new pack including more tales to give you goosebumps. Oh, so this was for tales to give you goosebumps. A collection of 10 creepy summertime stories plus a handy clip-on booklight. Perfect for sleepovers, campouts, or any time.
Oh, it's the set. Okay,
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the set for.
Okay.
It's the set for more tales to give you.
Yeah.
So it's the second one.
That makes sense. Okay.
But they didn't say more tales to give you goosebumps, so that's what was throwing me off for a second there.
Yeah, I was like, Book and Light too. I was like, dude, they didn't do that. But as you read it, yeah, no, that makes sense.
So, and here we have the next one for tales to give you goosebumps. What can be better than 10 new Goosebumps stories, 10 new stories, and awesome curly boxer shorts? You'll have the answers plus your own curly boxer shorts when you get even more tales to give you goosebumps book and boxer shorts pack.
What size were those bitches?
I don't know.
Like,
I was actually curious myself. Hold on.
Did they literally release them and say you could pick a size?
No, it says one size fits all, but I find that hard to believe.
Well, you gotta imagine
one pair of glow in the dark, 100% cotton boxer shorts.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
One size fits all.
One size fits all.
Boxers, boy.
Well, they fit Tim.
Have the Ghoulist Halloween costume this Halloween. What does it say? It says celebrate the most ghoulish day of the year with 10 all new scary Halloween stories and gruesome goosebump stuff. Fake vampire blood, plastic vampire fangs, totally fake skin, and much more in the Goosebumps book and Halloween costume accessories pack. So this is the one that came with Still More Tales, the Halloween one.
Yeah.
And then we have the Goosebumps book and cap pack. This was with More and More Tales, and it came with a cool cap.
Dude, I see hundreds of those hats. They must have sold a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I see so many of those hats. I have like 4 of them, and I sold 3 and traded 2 or 3. Like, I've ended up with like over 10 of them.
And then, dang, they made 3 different versions of this.
You don't need to see all 3. They're all the same, slightly different color.
Yeah, literally none of them changed except for the print color.
It's just weird that they would make 3 of them. Weird. It's the season to be creepy. Goosebumps book and stocking pack. Make your holidays delightful. With 10 scary books and more tales to give you goosebumps. The pack comes with a shocking stocking to hang by the chimney with fear.
Oh, that's the rare one too. The rare one.
That's very rare.
Yeah,
when I see like one get posted up, like Goosebump Guru had one, or maybe still has it, I'm not really sure. Man, I think it was like $300. I was like, man, it's like I want to complete like these sets for the tales to give you Goosebump stuff, but they are so expensive, especially that one.
Well, this one doesn't even have the bottom part where it says it comes with a stocking. It still says book and stocking pack, but it doesn't even say it. Anyway, moving on. A collection of scares you don't want to miss. Available for the first time in an awesome redesigned cover. More tales to give you goosebumps. So this is for the reprint of that. Reprint of even more tales. All right, here we're moving on to book advertisements now. So this was starting in Werewolf of Fever Swamp. They started advertising the next book in every Goosebumps book, starting with number 14. This one was for You Can't Scare Me. Start the year with Goosebumps. Now, I won't spend too much time on these because there's one for every book in the original series, plus all the spin-offs.
Just flick through. Just flick.
But as
like
you can see,
Toy Story.
A bookstore near you.
So here we have Why I'm Afraid of Bees. And it says, Gary was just an ordinary guy.
Just stick to the chicken one.
Now he's a human bee. Oh, look at it. They got a big zap. Zap. Right in the middle. Then we got this one for Monster Blood 2. It's green, it's slimy, it's growing, and it's swallowing everything in its path. It's Monster Blood 2. Oozing
it's my ex. Oh, sorry.
Into a bookstore near you. I love the oozing at the bottom there.
I don't know. I think my title's better.
Go eat worms.
Go here we have this green. One. It's slimy. It's growing. It's eating everything inside. It's my ex.
But this one's for Ghost Beach. Very different design. Almost looks like a tombstone that's all slimy in a sense.
Oh, okay. Is that what that was supposed to be? Like at the bottom, I was like, oh, what the hell is it? It looks like a whole bunch of people, like in a movie theater. Like when you see those
kind of does.
Like,
it looks like little silhouettes of people, like
little silhouettes of people, but some of them are just sitting there going like this or something. You know, it's like
it looks like it could be people.
Then we have this one, Return of the Mummy. Right over here, it says the sequel to Curse of the Mummy's Tomb.
That was better.
And we got. They get
pretty covers for both were pretty epic though.
Oh, here we got for Cuckoo Clock of Doom in Cuckoo Clock.
Didn't say it right.
And this one is formatted in this Looney Tunes looking way. And then after that, it's becomes.
You miss Barking Ghost and Jelly Jam.
Jelly Jam.
Meet the Mad Mangler. Now this is shocking. With the Mad Mangler.
Oh my God. Haunted Nest 2.
Headless
My name in the bedroom.
Warm Snowman, Pasadena. How I got my shrunken head. It's ugly.
That's Bjorn's name in the bedroom. How I got my shrunken head.
But a sequel to two of your favorite shockers.
That is true. So, like I said, after this point, they got pretty cut and paste.
They're all the same. You read one, that's like you read them all.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Sure. There's a chicken.
There we go.
Talk about
real bad luck.
Talk about really bad luck.
Let's read this one. There's a mysterious lady in Goshen Falls. Crystal and her brother Cole believe she can cast evil spells. When they accidentally knock her over, they hear her whisper, "Chicken, chicken." Now Crystal and Cole are growing feathers and starting to cluck in class. Will they be able to reverse their chicken spell? If so, will they ever be able to eat fried chicken again?
Why did they not make a TV episode of that? Oh, fuck, I want to see that. Could you imagine them in class going...
That would be really funny. I feel like they could have done that. They could have made
been one of the later, like, season 3-4 episodes, too. Like, one of the really bad... Like, oh, my God.
Yeah, replace some of this, like replace Teacher's Pet with that or something. I would rather have chicken.
Yeah, I want chicken episode.
So here we had, as I said before, they started in the later books using this sort of design for the advertisements, and here I guess they were trying to just not use as many pages. So they advertised,
I guess
My Best Friend's Invisible, Escape from Camp, Run for Your Life, which was Give Yourself Goosebumps 19, and You Can't Scare Me, the 14th TV Presents book. Only $3.99 each. I wish.
Only. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If only.
They also list the pages down here. Did you see that? 144 pages for
64
in Camp Run for Your Life, and then 144
both. That's fine.
That's interesting that they even listed the page. Yeah,
available wherever you get Goosebumps.
You're in for a scare next month.
Oh, can we make our own chicken episode? Like, I'm just thinking about it now. I imagine them sitting there, and the teacher's like, "Will you pay attention?" They're like, "Oh, sorry."
once we get Horrorland up, we could do like a
you could crowdfund that
independent film festival there, and the subject topic though has to be chicken, so we get multiple entries from people who make a fan made chicken film, and that'd be great. And we judge which one is the best.
We'll even hire Alan Doucette as the props master. We'll be like, "We'll get you back. You're coming back,
Alan. We're doing chicken. We need you, brother."
Well, here for this one,
I'll call Ron Stefan. Like, hey man, we need a giant chicken costume, bro.
3 for
we're doing chicken
with
Carl Stine's going to do the introduction to this episode. Like, it's got to feel like it's a special one.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books.
That'd be stupid.
And today,
Cluck. We gotta get Arjun.
It's just R.L. Stine eating like a chicken dinner, like while he's talking.
Dumb. Here we got Deep Trouble, Monster Blood, TV Presents, and Toy Terror batteries included. And then here we have Oh, we just have Haunted School and Twisted Tale of Tiki Island.
That's a late
But
one.
this one right here is important because it has the original name for werewolf skin, which was I Want to Be a Werewolf for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. And then
Yeah, I'm glad they chose werewolf skin.
yeah, it's so long. Like
I want to be a werewolf for Halloween. Like, that's a long ass title.
Well, it's not even the fact that it's a long title. It's just not catching. Like
I don't think Tim's art would have been the same.
When you look at the other titles like The Haunted Mask and things like that, Halloween stories. I mean, like, okay, that makes you want to read it, but that's like me just telling my friend, "Hey, I want to be a werewolf for Halloween." That's not catching whatsoever.
It's like Stine.
Now, werewolf skin. Okay, you got my attention with werewolf skin.
Yeah. It's like he was,
and it's shorter,
was just like getting stale with his titles. He's like, oh God, I've done 60 of these now. What do I name this thing?
So right here, so it has this was a different one that had werewolf skin on there, and it actually advertises a different TV Presents book. This one has
Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns.
Expensive one.
That one has Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns.
In October. That makes sense to be October, having Jack-o'-lanterns TV book.
Yeah. And we have I Live in Your Basement and Zapped in Space.
Jack-o'-lantern.
And then here...
the last one with the OG books.
Yep. And Calling All Creeps and Lost in Stink Eye Swamp. Here we start with the GOIG ones. Again.
My ex's name.
Skip them. We don't need to see these either.
Tell people all the time, this is Lost in Stink Eye Swamp, and they'd be like, what?
Well, the thing
it's my ex-girlfriend's name, man.
They started looking like
Lost in that Stink Eye Swamp all the time.
Are you done?
He should have called it Lost in Pink-Eyed Swamp.
Fine, I guess.
You know what? He should have called it Lost in Pink-Eyed Swamp. And then
oh my god,
the opening title.
Okay, so have you guys ever watched Role Models with Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
And I can't remember the dude's name. He played the nerd in that one who did the live role playing stuff. But when he got him to say "Whispering Eye," tell you, Mr. Whispering Eye, and your Whispering Eye.
Anyway,
I'll think about.
You know what I just imagine though? Like if they named it Lost in Pink-Eyed Swamp, it would have been like the opening line would have been like, Zach is a huge comic book nerd. I would have been like, oh God, it's about Zach.
Shut up.
It would have to
smells fishy around here.
Okay, we're moving on now. So give yourself goosebumps. So they started looking like the OG one, but then they moved on to doing almost looking like the covers of the GYGs. And then they have, of course, they would advertise the different endings that you could get. Now, again, they're pretty cut and dry with the others.
Yeah, skip them.
We get to the Craig White.
Skip it.
So once we got to the Craig White era, they changed up.
I'm sorry, but that just looks nicer than those other boring.
It does.
Go back to like one of the old ones. That just looks nice.
That's boring. Those look, or not that one. Yeah, that one's kind of bland.
This
one pops a little bit and gets your attention.
This one's kind of not that great.
No, I think it's because they took away they had a little like bubble. Yeah, that says choose wisely and danger at every turn. And that other one, they took out a lot of stuff.
Well, they also put the title down here, like on the cover. Here they would, put it right here, just like all the others. You fill out that empty space. And then, skip it.
Yeah, they pop. They poppin'. Poppin'. Does it go all the way to the last book?
Twisted.
I think so. Oh, look at here. So we're here at Return to Terror Tower. It says the super sequel to GB27, A Night in Terror Tower. Now an interactive adventure starring Eddie, Sue, and you. That right?
Eddie, Sue, and you.
Why does that remind
me? We should do a table read with that book and get Catherine Short back on. Hopefully we can get Corey Sevier, and then we can play the parts of the you.
The you. Yeah. That's your name. It's just like you. That's actually my name.
These will do like that.
So
that's
here,
a Rush Hour joke there.
now we're at Goosebumps Presents. This one is for Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Again, pretty
Doom.
The Cuckoo Clock of Doom. Then they changed it up for Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Again, pretty standard, boring altogether.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are kind of bland. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised they're this bland.
Did they change later, like when we get to like the black ones?
Yeah, so these are a little different. This is when we got to like the new format for those books, but they're still not that crazy. Oh,
that's good right there.
Now we're at some good stuff. This is the teaser images for Goosebumps Series 2000.
Series 2000 just absolutely nailed it. Like they just went all out.
I want a poster of that right there. Just that. I don't need like the whole cat even. Like that little teaser thing right there is actually really good. Whoever designed it.
Just imagine like you're reading, I don't know, like Curse of Camp Cold Lake or something. I'm assuming that's when this started popping up. And you see just this, like nothing else. You just see this eye, that little, it's not inside your closet coming December 1997. Like
just a little G splat in the corner. Like
it's not under your bed.
That one's cool. I like that too. Just the mouth.
I think this was right before the series premiered.
Each book they were giving you like a different.
Pretty too scared. Yeah, I gave you a different panel.
Yeah,
that cover for each one.
And then
that's
they
really
did
cool.
They did this on the VHS for what was it? Welcome to Dead House, where they basically took these and did a video version of it with Tony J's voice. That was great.
Yeah, I played stuff.
And this is different. Sneak preview. I think this was for at the end of Monster Blood 4. Because it has a sneak preview of Cry the Cat in there.
I remember like being so excited for Series 2000, like, and I honestly loved Cry the Cat, and I couldn't believe like when we went and saw Stine, he was like, "Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible."
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that was such a good book.
Yeah, it was his favorite episode. One of his favorite episodes.
Revisit Monster Blood 4, how you ended the original 62. That was terrible, and I'm guessing that's what he was remembering.
Cry the Cat was originally considered to be the final OG book, but then it was turned into the first book for series.
Yeah. So maybe he was just thinking of Monster Blood 4 instead of Cry the Cat. But
personally, though, I do.
When he said that, I was a little heartbroken.
I do prefer though Cry the Cat being the start of a new series rather than being the last book in the OG series.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it was fine either way for me at the time, but I mean. For sure. Like for sure, it's better as a start of a new series because I felt it was a strong book.
It is strong. And I like
I think that was a good start.
With the Series 2000. So opposed to what they did for the OG series, where it was just a little blurb, here they teased the cover art with that sort of like just little blurb of the plot. I feel like it just made it look more interesting and like you had to see what was going to be next. So that was ingenious. So you had
cross-dresser Slappy.
This is creature teacher. She's not going to give you detention.
Creature feature.
She's not going to give you a bad grade. She's going to eat you. That's cool.
That's all right.
I like this one. Look out, a slimy alien wants to squeeze you to death.
Man, the Series 2000 books is just, you know what it is? The Series 2000 books are just beautiful to look at inside and out. Like, they are pretty.
Yeah.
Now, this one is really dark. They should have took it easy a little bit on the saturation and contrast and whatnot.
You literally just got highlights.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the original version, right? Like, not just a really dark scanned copy of it, right? This is actually how it looked.
No, it actually is that dark in the.
I'd have to go back and look at it again. It's been a long time, but. Yeah. Okay. And then definitely need to change those colors up.
Now I love this blurb here. Look in the mirror. You're not the only one out there with your face. That is haunting.
It's Let's Get Invisible sequel.
Yeah.
It's a really great cover too.
It is.
It's eerie.
This one is kind of okay. Arenjaras.
The book was terrible, but I like the cover.
Cover's good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good book. Fry Camp is one of the underrated Goosebumps books. It's on like a lot of underrated lists. It's a great book.
Fry Camp wasn't bad.
Hey,
I liked Are You Terrible? Book and cover.
Favorite? One of Austin's favorite?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that is, well, at least he's got a giant print of it on his wall. I remember in some of his videos he's got it behind him.
Well, and I just like that this one is one that's not supernatural at all. It's just a kid trying to, try to be brave and going through a bunch of like fear factor stuff, almost like mostly just dares and stuff like that. But there's no ghosts, there's no monsters or anything like that.
Which is surprising, to be honest, because like that's a rare thing for Stine.
But sometimes, life is just scary enough without supernatural stuff.
Oh no, it's way scarier. It's funny because like when you watch some of these like ghost shows and even the fictional ones, like it cracks me up. They're like people are always way scarier than the monster in the dark. Yeah. And I agree. People are way scarier.
And we have I don't know, I don't like this one because they put the text in the middle and it's all glowing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
You know what? They could have just not had the text in the middle.
Yeah, they could have just honestly put the Goosebumps logo on top and the title and just had the artwork speak for itself. Now this one's cool. This one's a parody of the Got Milk ads. This has got brain juice. Go ahead.
Everywhere back then.
Well, I remember the Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls was one of the first Goosebumps books I ever like actually read through, and I remember this ad in particular in the back of the book. That and a few others that with the Ultimate Goosebumps tapes and one for the Live on Stage show, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah, brain juice.
This one's all right. Seems like there's a lot of.
Would have been big though back then.
This one just
yeah.
Like this would have been like holy shit, we're getting a sequel. Like I can imagine when this got like announced, people would have been like, "Oh my god!"
I think this one just gives like not enough of the picture.
Yeah, I just liked when they were
too
doing
much of
like
just like when they do it really vague, but just by the cover it's probably going to be a good book because like the other ones didn't have like the whole back blurb of the book to tell you what it's about, but you still wanted to read it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think this was the last actual like tease print ad in the Goosebumps Series 2000. After that, they just started putting the list of books, and then you were left to just read the sneak preview
later.
Next up, we have a Goosebumps graphics print ad. So this was
graphics. Man, that boring.
Yeah. Well, you got the little Deep Trouble monster down at the bottom there, but it's kind of obscured by the text.
Don't even need to look at anything past 2000. It's all good.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't know. It's kind of neat.
They kept that Series 2000 text, though. Like the warped logo.
Oh, we got another contest here. Find the secret scare. Read if you dare. The Goosebumps Secret Scare Sweepstakes. You are a winner if you find the phrase secret scare hidden somewhere inside this book. Your prize will be revealed. What does it say? 5 grand prize winners, an all-expense-paid trip for you to meet and have dinner with author R.L. Stine, plus a signed copy of It Came From Ohio. 100 first-place winners. So wait, so you had a grand prize and first place? I guess it was 5 of the 100 first-place winners.
First place, you get a new copy of the book. That's it.
Yep, you get a...
Basically, you're second place. They say first place, but
yeah. And then 100 second prize winners got a CD-ROM from DreamWorks and a Goosebumps video cassette, plus a signed copy of It Came From Ohio.
So they got the signed book and they basically got the game.
Yeah. Then we have, this was for playing now for a cruise vacation with R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps guy. August 31st through September 7th, 1998. A land and sea adventure so cool it will give you the chills. I just like the R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps guy. It's almost like Bill Nye. Except Bill it's R.L. Stine.
R.L. Stine, the Goosebumps guy.
Meet R.L. Stine, enter the Sail with the Stars.
R.L. Stine,
that's the Goosebumps guy. That one. I like that.
Stine.
I love that. Stine. And then you just have like, you know how Bill Nye is flying like all over the place in that intro? It's just replace him with R.L. Stine.
I love when they did all this with the Disney stuff because they had this is when it was
rules. Yeah, and then you have the Sail with the Stars sweepstakes. You can win a vacation to Disney World and sail with R.L. Stine on a Sail with the Stars Disney cruise.
Yeah, I wish.
We have this one. The Goosebumps Series 2000 Creepstakes Contest. R.L. Stine has started a scary new story and he wants you to finish it. Win a steak. Yeah, steak and rat. Well, it says you can win a trip to one of the scariest cities in the USA. Here's what you do.
New York.
Use R.L. Stine's original story starter on the next page and finish the story on your own. Look for the 2-word clues each month throughout the summer. Use these words in your continuing story. Your story should be no longer than 3 pages and should include all of the special word clues. At the end of the summer, send it to R.L. Stine and see if you win big. So, grand prizes, what is it? Grand prize winner will be awarded a trip to scary New Orleans to visit creepy graveyards, spooky mansions, and scary swamps, a DreamWorks Goosebumps CD-ROM, and a signed copy of It Came From Ohio. 25 first prize winners got the CD-ROM and the book, and then 50 second prize got the signed book. What is it?
So you got a steak and rat in there. So I would have Michael just loved to eat steak. It was his favorite meal. But then one day he brought home
rat steaks.
Yeah.
And he thought, that looks good too.
I would just say I cooked a rat and ate rat steak.
That makes me think of if you've never seen it, watch it. It's called Demolition Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Sylvester Stallone, and when he goes to the sewer of the new age world at that time, that's where the rebels and refugees are living at. And Stallone gets a burger. He's like, "Oh, it's the best burger I've had in years." And like, I don't know if you want to eat that. Like, what? What's wrong with it? He's like, "You see any cows around here?" Like, he's like, so he asked the lady what it is, and it's rata. It's a rat burger. He eats the rest of it. Well, I'm just saying, it's a rat burger.
It's like rat milk, like from The Simpsons.
I'm curious what the story starter says.
They like the rats, but they don't like the rat's milk.
Something evil, something cruel. My cousin Justin warned me to stay away from Uncle Clyde's shed. I mean it, he said. Don't go in there, whatever you do. I knew this had to be another of Justin's dumb jokes, so I waited until it got dark. Then I crept out into the shed. I wish I never opened that door, but I did, and now I'll never be the same because this is what I found. R.L. Stine! Ah!
R.L. Stine hanging rat steaks. Smoke them. Smoking steaks. Rat snakes.
Rat snakes.
Rat snake steaks.
So then we got...
Oh, that 5 times fast.
Speaking of snakes, we have...
Irony.
And snake.
Oh, another one.
And then this one is spider and hammer.
Well, that's easy.
I mean, people would just
take a hammer to that spider.
The spider with a hammer.
Mosquito claw.
Claw and mosquito.
As long as it's not the jumping spiders, because those things are cute as fuck.
So you had to make a story with all 8 of those words in it. So I wonder who won that. I would love to know the story, what it came out to be.
And a claw.
Ooh, this is interesting. Calling all creeps. Oops, we mean critics. We're rolling out the dead carpet for your favorite Goosebumps TV episodes of all time. Fill out this ballot and enter your picks. Hey, get your finger out of your nose for the Goosebumps TV Crawl of Fame. And
never saw this one.
Best performance by a monster, best fright sight, best screenplay, and best performance by an animal. So, well, hold on. So, best performance by a monster, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, Slappy, Scarecrow, Mr. Mortman. Best performance by an animal, Puddles.
You would put Haunted Mask for other.
I would put Haunted Mask. Yes.
Scary Dogs and Rip the Cat.
What?
Best fright sight, Horrorland, Terror Tower, Camp Nightmare, Fever Swamp. Best screenplay, Night in Terror Tower, Night of the Living Dummy, Werewolf of Fever Swamp, and Welcome to Camp Nightmare.
For other on all of them, you would put Haunted Mask, Carly Beth.
Mask.
So I'm curious because this is...
I don't know, the animal one. I'd put the dog from Haunted Mask 2.
Well, what's interesting is that this is supposedly for the TV show, but they have Cuddles and...
I saw that.
Yeah,
there's no Cuddles
being in it. Yeah, I don't recall Cuddles being in the show.
what I was gonna say too is like, I don't know how late this ad came out, but they also have Rip, and I'm like, did Cry the Cat premiere at this point? Like, I wouldn't know. So
Yeah,
I mean, this is like 1998.
What year does it say at the bottom? Usually they had a year, but
98, 97?
well, it says
I think it says 99.
Well, yeah, it says responses will be received by September 30th, 1999.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
99.
results will be posted on the Goosebumps website in 1999 in October. So this was after the series was canceled.
It's going to be in the back of a
Yeah.
Series 2000 book.
Must be.
I mean, maybe, but I don't recall seeing this.
So
Oh,
here
that's
we have we'll kind of skip through these two, but these were the listings for all the Goosebumps books.
That's first prints of the first couple books. That's literally
New
that
series.
would be book number. This would be Monster Blood, Cities and Death. So this would be book number 5. This would be in the back of book 5.
I think so, yeah.
This would be the back of Curse of the Mummy's Tomb.
It says new series. That is surreal. Haunted houses, terrifying
that logo
experience.
is.
Weird
That's early days. It's like when you look at the back of Welcome to Dead House, there is nothing in the back of a first print.
It's just
Only-
a bunch
Yeah,
of
the first print,
Apple
yeah.
books, books from Apple Fiction, so like Clue and stuff like that.
Only stay out of the basement was when they just added this in.
Well, and as we keep
That's
going,
the back of My Living Dummy. That's the back of. Well, that'd be the back
Careful
of
What You Wish For looks like
12 or something.
Werewolf of Fever
Those
Swamp.
keep
So,
going.
like they would appear in every book. Like Get Goosebumps by R.L. Stine now, and then you could cut out. You could mark which ones you want, mail it in, and get those books in the mail. And
Send it
every
back.
year
Or money order.
grew and grew. Eventually, it had to take up 2 pages. Had them for other series too. Give yourself goosebumps. And then series 2000.
That just looks so much cooler.
It
They're
does.
$3.99 each.
Goosebumps presents. Look at that. It went all the way up.
Inflation.
Calling All Creeps. You could have gotten that for $3.99.
I would have ordered 20.
Exactly.
If only we knew then what we know now.
Exactly.
God, I would have ordered so many. I would have ordered like 50 lawn gnomes, 50 creeps, 50 jack-o'-lanterns, and I would have just sold. I would just sold one when I needed money. I would have been like, I need money. I'm gonna sell one.
When here, they started putting not only the OG but a bunch of other stuff. The 1996 calendar, the Tales to Give You Goosebumps books, Sound Monster Edition, collector's caps.
How many kids do you reckon sent these in and then got sent the wrong thing back? Like they ordered a collector's cap, it got sent like one of the board games or something. I mean, I would be like stoked if that happened because that's more expensive.
Yeah. But
I don't know, but you got to think like everything being mailed at the time. I mean, there wasn't like instant buy on there, so I mean the process was long. So
I mean, take a look at this.
You really couldn't send back to exchange your item.
Yeah, all 62 books, and like the lettering's so small at this point, plus all this other stuff too. Like it was insane. A frightfully good offer. Goosebumps. Get $2 back when you buy 2 Goosebumps books. Offer good on books 1 through 40 only.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn, I would have done that for all the TV books. I would have ordered two.
Oh, here we go. We got Goosebumps on the web. Log on for scares. Check out our episode on the Goosebumps website, by the way. I believe it was our 34th episode. It was me, Bjorn, and Tyler Young from 90s Kids Throwbacks. We did a complete look through the old Goosebumps website. That was a really fun. Ghost Scout Ghouls and Goosebumps.
Cool
This is what the Headless Halloween one should have looked like. Teasing the book. It should have just looked like this.
Yeah.
Then we got series.
Cry the Cat is such an iconic cover, eh? It really is. Every time I look at it, I'm like, that's iconic.
Tease advertisement stuff. It was made for that. Oh, here we go. We got Goosebumps live on stage. 3 never before seen frightfully fun filled stories in one fantastic live show that will blow your mind. Goosebumps live on stage.
Almost looks like the ghost is about to flip him off. You know what I mean? Like, reaching down.
He was the
It's
ghost of
like,
that show. But do you remember the Slappy? They used to Slappy.
Yeah, you. Fuck you.
For the host of that. I don't even remember, but they used the TV Slappy for the host of that.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me to a place where creepy things crawl.
Oh yeah, that was the VHS promo on the Ultimate.
I know. It was so cool.
Ooh, what is this?
That's just like in color. Like it's literally just in color. The same as the one from earlier.
I'm curious what book it was in.
Dude, I want that tattooed on me. Like, that's just such a cool tattoo design. I want it.
Oh, you know what I think this was for? I think this was a UK one.
Damn, they had it in color, son.
Yeah. What the hell?
That's bullshit.
Well, that's where all those foreign countries got all the good shit.
Different. But remember, theirs were different with the bubbles. And, like, they used Tim's art. They eventually started using Tim's art, but they still had the bubbles around the bottom. Mm-hmm. And they would have had the color pictures in the back, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't understand the bubble thing they were doing.
I do want to, I must admit, I do want to collect all the Series 2000 books from the UK just to have them, just to have a set. I've only got like maybe 12 of them. And they're the ones that I've just found randomly over the years. Just random finds.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the end of what we could find on the Goosebumps wiki in terms of the back of the book advertisements. Just, showing off all the different Goosebumps stuff that you could get at the time. I mean, it was, again, as we always say, Goosebumps was everywhere in the 90s. So especially in those later series books, you just go to the end and you just see page after page of like upcoming Goosebumps things. Like you had the upcoming books, you had the VHS tapes, you had the TV show, merchandise, the live shows, whatever it was. Like it was, you would always see what was
a good time to be alive.
Definitely. Fortunately, I wasn't alive.
It was when things just felt normal.
Yes.
Facts. 90s were peak era. Let me tell you.
So I just wanted to show a few more. So we mostly focused on the 90s advertisements today, but I do want to show a few others from some recent books. Not the super recent, but just some ones I found pretty interesting. So going into the 2004 reprints really quick, I figured this would be a good one to start with. Some of these came out 2004. Some of them came closer to when Horrorland came out. So I guess to get a little bit of that Brandon Dorman action in there, some of the first advertisements for the Horrorland series coming out were pretty neat because they would put the Horrorland books next to the classic Goosebumps. So it was like the side-by-side of, oh, here's Night of the Living Dummy, and then here's Revenge of the Living Dummy coming out.
Oh, I see.
So they gave equal time to the new and the old at the time. And then right here, you had Need More Thrills, Get Goosebumps. So you had video games, play, watch the new DVDs, and listen. Audio.
I never saw an audiobook on the shelf. I never saw one of those on the shelf.
I only found one Horrorland one, and that was Say Cheese and Die Screaming.
Wow.
That's the only.
But you know what? You don't have to buy them all separately. They brought out a box set with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw that, but I just couldn't be bothered buying them all for like $20 each when I could just buy the box set for like $100, and it had all of them. The only one I got separate was Revenge of the Living Dummy, obviously for reasons, but
here they would advertise a bunch of random reprinted books coming out. It says thrills and chills make your skin crawl. Don't you want to collect them all?
Yes, I do.
Taking a look at others, they would still continue the prospect of lists. So, like little checkbox, Goosebumps, and like
OG logos too.
Keeping track of them. Awesome. But they're mostly keeping track of the reprints, and they're also not in order. They're in alphabetical order, so it's like Abominable Snowman, Barky Ghost, Cuckoo Clock of Doom, Curse of Mummy's Tomb.
They didn't even have numbers on them.
And then we have right here, would you dare visit a place that ghosts, mummies, vampires, and other creepy creatures call home? Ghoulish games, beastly books, spooky stories, the monster mob, activities, author info, and more. Goosebumps, scholastic.com/goosebumps. Once you're there, you may never come back.
Good. I want to go there and never come back. If we went to some place where it's just filled with Goosebumps monsters, I was like, dude, why would I want to leave? I'd hang out with Slappy, be his best friend.
That's like people who are like, oh, I was scared of the haunted mask after reading the book or watching the episode. I'm like, dude, I wanted it. I would embrace it. Let me have it, Carly Beth.
You would live with the shopkeeper.
I would wear it.
And
you
then
would live there with the shopkeeper.
they were still in 2004
Yeah, right.
5 continuing being able to send in a mail order to buy Goosebumps books and have them shipped to you.
Scholastic was still doing that.
Yeah. They stopped it once Horrorland came around because it was, I guess, not cool anymore.
Goosebumps
And then we have
Online kind of took over at that point where you could just order
That's
them.
cool because that's when the DVDs first came out. They were
well,
the
that's
first
the thing.
full-
So we covered the VHS tapes. The reprints had the DVDs that were coming out at the time. It says
Haunted Mask 2, though. Why didn't they do Haunted Mask 1? I still don't get it.
I don't know, man. But they had Haunted Mask 2, Night of the Living Dummy 3.
They had a DVD which stores so much more space. So it's like, why didn't they just do Haunted Mask 1 and 2? Why didn't they just do Night of the Living Dummy 2, 3, and Bride? It's like, dude, you have a whole DVD. Like, I just don't understand.
You've read the books, now own the thrills on DVD. Bring home the chills from four R.L. Stine classics come to DVD for the first time from 20th Century Fox. And then there was another advertisement for the DVDs. Here it is.
Oh, then again, they did Night of the Living Dummy 2 and Bride and 1.
So here we have Cry the Cat, Deep Trouble, and How I Got My Shrunken Head.
The one and only Series 2000 DVD.
Yep. Bring home the excitement.
It's kind of cool that we actually got we actually have some media of Series 2000, even if it is only 2 episodes. At least we have something. I just wish they did at least the first 3, so we would have got Creature Teacher as well as an episode. That would have been cool. Like, have first 3 books at the very least. And then if they did Body Squeezers, they literally could have done a part 1, part 2, and just that's both books as one. Like, part 1, part 2. That's a 2-parter right there. If they did.
That's when we start deep diving into like what they should have done with the Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
If they wanted to get more adult, go into the books that were more weird towards like teenager-esque kids. The Series 2000 stuff.
Yeah.
One thing I do like that the modern books are still doing is they're still doing the tease for the next book at the end of the book. So right here, this is the classic Goosebumps reprint for Shocker on Shock Street. So here you also get a look at some of the other series, just like the old days, for Goosebumps Most Wanted, Goosebumps Horrorland, the classic Goosebumps, which was the first wave, and then since this was a movie era book, they had the brand new ones that were coming out on another page, Hall of Horrors. And then we have Goosebumps Ghastly Mischief Awaits, the website.
That was
and then
the first tease of the movie, actually. The first movie poster tease was that. That was the first we ever got for the movie, like promoting it, was that little image. And I remember thinking, is that the poster? Like, everyone thought that was going to be the poster, which is kind of cool because it's just Slappy sitting in a movie theater, like with a popcorn bucket. Like, it's a simple one, but it's kind of cool. And then they gave us the one that was just like Disney, very Disney themed looking.
Yeah, very much Disney theme looking. And finally, go into the Goosebumps movie novel. There's only one back of the book advertisement in here, but it's interesting. It's for Goosebumps in the game on 3DS, which has an entirely different front cover than the final version.
I always thought the movie novel had a terrible cover, though, to be honest. It looks so like cut and paste. Like, it looks so cut and paste. Even though now it's like, you know, the UK movie novel was better. It was like the gold, but it was just like the actual image that was on like one of the DVDs. So it was at least didn't look so cut and paste.
I love this picture of R.L. Stine, of Jack Black R.L. Stine here. Just like
He's
that.
like, yeah.
It's not as cool without all the fancy special effects there. So, as I said, as we hop into a new year, we look back and we look forward. And the best part of being a Goosebumps fan is looking forward to all the new things that Goosebumps had to offer. And we still kind of do that now, whenever there's new stuff coming out, whenever there's a new merchandise or whatever, we're always on the hunt to look for that stuff. And, it was just better back in the 90s when they had books and VHS tapes and live shows and all that stuff right in the back of those books. But we wanted to take a little stroll down and take a look at them and see all that kind of stuff. But we hope you guys enjoyed, and leave in the comments below, like, did you guys ever order any books in the back of your Goosebumps book slip, like the little ones that came with the list or anything like that? Or did you ever find out about a cool Goosebumps event that was happening from the back of a book? Let us know in the comments below. We'd be interested to read. But for now, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. If you liked today's episode, make sure you have a like and comment. Follow the Goosebumps Crew over on social media, on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and on our audio platforms. And we'll have a brand new episode for you guys next week. Before I forget, make sure you follow Bjorn and Nick at Goosebumps Aussie Fan and Sean, respectively. All those links are in the description below. We'll have a brand new episode for you next week. We talked a little bit about the fan clubs with these little advertisements. We'll dive more into those next week. But until then, this has been the Goosebumps Crew Podcast, and from all of us here, we want to wish you all, as always, to take care, stay safe, and have a very scary day.